is the question that we would like to know. You know, in this picture, if you remember, you can turn back. You laugh very happily by saying you want to do Tzu Chi at the age 18. But what made you change your mind?
Well, maybe when I said it last year, I was joking. Yeah, but I think I first visited Master Cheng Yen after several years of persuasion by Tzu Chi members here that I know. Because over the years, I made donations to Tzu Chi, but never interested in their activities. In fact, I do that in many charity organizations. I make donations, but some homes I do go and visit, and never interested in their real activities or trying to volunteer time. Time is so precious. So after 3-4 years of persuasion, I decided to accept the invitation to visit Master Cheng Yen. I think that visit changed my mind about Tzu Chi. I'll tell you more later.
That is very good. So, one very important question that I think everyone wanted to know, how is Tzu Chi important to you?
I think after, when I went to visit Master Cheng Yen, in fact, I didn't come here. I didn't visit the Kapong Center, this center. So when I went there, I actually had to stay 3 nights. And of course, that 3 days is all vegetarian. And also, when I was there, I found out much more about Tzu Chi. Although I do read a bit about Master Cheng Yen. But before I came here, after reading all the things that she has done, there was a function where I had this Vijaya Founders Day where we give donation. And I read quite a bit about Master Cheng Yen, what she has done. And at that time I said to myself, I must go and visit this nun who founded Tzu Chi. What she has done is so impressive. She has helped, like, you know, at that time maybe 90 countries. They have offices in over 50 countries. And I was very impressed to find out that she never left Taiwan. And she ran this organization from Holland, never left Taiwan. And I think that was very impressive. And more impressive is I found so many dedicated volunteers, you know. And so I said, even before I met Master, I said, this lady must be like a living goddess. This nun is like a living goddess. And I said, I definitely want to meet her.
Excellent.
And that's why I accepted the invitation to go to Hualien.
Thank you. But I understood, in your first meeting with her, immediately you turned to become vegetarian. What is that so?
I think after, you know, during the dialogues, I think when we were there, I had the opportunity with many others to be there. Although I don't speak Mandarin, one of my regrets in life is I should have learned Chinese. But I know it's not too late. I'm only 67.
Still a long way to go.
Yes. We're trying to follow our 94-year-old Prime Minister. So we still have a long way to go. Our retirement age now in Malaysia is 97 or 98.
Because we got a good hospital in Indonesia. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. I must say this, Dr. Gunawan and Professor Satya Negara.
So why make
I just want to say this to you all. Congratulations. Such a wonderful I just told Alfredo, I think who sat next to me, that this will be the best hospital in Indonesia, and I think you all don't have to go to Singapore anymore. And listen to this. I said to Mr. Alfredo, I think Philippines should build one like this, and Malaysia should build one like this. And we have a land in the best location in Kuala Lumpur. I've offered this to Tzu Chi. It is in Bukit Kiara. The location is even better than Pantai Hospital.
With Tzu Chi Hospital in KL, when we can extend to 150 years old now.
And but this land is owned by Berjaya Corporation Berhad. Now, but we got this land many years ago from the government, and we have proposed a hospital there. And today I can confirm, if all the Tzu Chi the leaders in Malaysia agree, we can make that a Tzu Chi hospital.
Thank you.
But because it's owned by a public company, but what we can do is, we say we do charity, we will find out our cost that we pay to the government, and we'll pay the same cost. Tzu Chi will pay the same cost, but I will pay the money and donate the land.
Thank you.
But you know, I think to build a hospital like that, I think all of us have to go and help to raise maybe 600 million ringgit. But I pledge here, I will donate 50 million.
Thank you so much.
And I know one of my brothers, Tzu Chi members here, can donate another 50 million. But don't mention name.
Is it surname with the name?
No.
Is it surname with the name?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Don't think, whoever it is, I think we have to ask him. I have to ask his permission first. So, I think Malaysia, we are smaller than Indonesia, but I think we all should try to aspire to achieve what Indonesia has achieved for Tzu Chi and for Master.
Thank you.
I believe with all your dedication, all Malaysian Tzu Chi members, we can do it. You agree?
Thank you. Madam Vincent, we like you to look at the camera. Everything you said just now is recorded.
Yes.
Okay, come back to vegetarian. On the first meeting with masters, immediate you become vegetarian. Why is that so?
I think in one of the things Master said, it would be very good we talk about the environment and everything. And Master said why everyone people should be vegetarian. And Master actually turned to me and said, it would be very good if you become a vegetarian. And I said, I will try. And so on the way back, in the plane itself, the meal, I decided that I do not want to take meat. And from then on, when I came back, I decided I will try to be vegetarian. I think we can discipline ourselves to do it. And after all, food, and fortunately, I'm not fussy about food. Because I always say any food anywhere, we can eat in a hawker store, we can go to a poor man's house and eat with them. So I think that was good because many of you know that I come from a poor family, so food wasn't a big problem, and I decided that I will, from now on, every day be a vegetarian. And of course, this was 4 years ago, and I must say till today, 4 years ago, I'm still a vegetarian.
Excellent.
And I decided that I'll be a vegetarian for life.
Very good. But by the way, what is the family and the friends react to your reaction to your
Well,
decision?
initially, my family members don't believe that I will really do it. Maybe this is a fad, no? Say good for 1 month, maybe. But and of course, I try to encourage my children to do it. So one of them said, "Dad, when you are 63, you become vegetarian. I'm 67 now. When we are 63, we will become vegetarian."
Don't worry.
Very hard to argue with them.
Don't worry, because we are living up to 120 minimum. Well, understood, you attended 5 Tzu Chi volunteer training class in the years of 2018. And again, you attended another 5 classes this year.
This is 6, I think.
This is 6 classes. One important question to ask: can you replace the classes with a donation?
No, you can't in Tzu Chi. Everybody in Tzu Chi is treated equally, and that master's rules, I think that is very good. Everybody is treated equally, and I understand next month I'm in November 5th to, I think, 5th to 10, I'll be in Taiwan, and I've been warned that you'll be sleeping on the floor. I said that's okay. When we were young, we slept on the floor anyway, so it's good.
That is when you are young. Don't worry, we will go with you and we will sleep together with you.
In fact, I told one of my good brother said he would be going. I said, please don't come. You know, all of you are so busy. Don't worry, I will manage.
Your good brother's surname is Nadim.
So I said, don't come. You know, everyone is so busy. I will manage. You know, even everyone is a stranger, no problem.
Well, we are very curious. What is the motivation that make you progress further? What kind of motivation that, you know, the kind of desire that you want to be master's disciple?
No, I think, like I said, I'm always fascinated by people in Master Cheng Yen. And before that, actually, I knew another very famous guru, you know, Swami Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, or even Swami Sai Baba. And I have very good experience with Swami Sai Baba, and he's like almost like also divine. But of course, some people who criticize him, you know, there are many Swami in India. When he becomes so famous, there will be jealousy, there will be people who criticize. But I have a special affinity with him, and I have the greatest respect for him. And I'm very fascinated by people like that. And so I find Master Cheng Yen is in this class, and probably Master Cheng Yen has organized his organization so well that I'm so impressed. And that's why I gave her a label, or to me, she is a living goddess. She's like a living Wan Se Pusat.
Thank you. And we will say congratulations to Brother Wilson. He has completed 11 classes in the past 2 years. 11 classes. And he don't miss any class, even though sometimes he knows off. But he never missed the class. This is wonderful. Congratulations. And you have a chance to sleep on the floor in Hualien now. Well, every Tzu Chi volunteers, we need to perform our responsibility as what we need to do to perform Tzu Chi vision. But you, as particularly, you do it in a big way. You have this recycling campaign in your Bujaya Times Square Mall. Can you tell us more about this campaign?
I think this is we had a vegetarian day campaign, and there was a big talk. I think about 1,000 people attended. It's free admission, and I think I forgot the gentleman's name who came and gave a talk about vegetarian. It was so good. I think if you all attended the talk, you want to become a vegetarian. You know, all the things he tells you why you should be a vegetarian. It was really, really good.
The gentleman is not Lim, right? No, huh?
No.
The gentleman is called Dr. Eddie.
Dr. Eddie, that's right. Dr. Eddie gave a great presentation.
Well, so in this campaign, I mean, you're talking about a lot of recyclable item and this and that, you know. I understood all the decoration was made by recyclable item.
Yes.
Why you decide to do so? What kind of message that you want to bring to the attendees?
The message is you have to recycle. In fact, one of the Berjaya's business, some of you may know, we own the biggest sanitary landfill in Malaysia, where the landfill is about 1,800 over acres. And that landfill can serve the needs of Kuala Lumpur for the next, it could be 60 to 100 years. At least 60 years, because for some strange reason, the government wants to build an incinerator, because some people propose it, and the former Prime Minister Najib approved it. And they want to invest like 900 million for an incinerator when we can take almost without the incinerator, we can take it up to 100 years. So I don't understand why they want to spend 900 million. And then when you for an incinerator, for example, sanitary landfill per ton you send to a landfill is we charge about 40 over ringgit. Incinerator will charge double, sometimes triple, and you have to put up big money upfront. So sometimes, government make strange decisions.
All right.
Sorry, it's a chance to advertise my business.
So that you can donate even more, right? Besides hospital, what else you want to build for us?
I think Tzu Chi has so many great members. I think together, seriously, we all can build this hospital.
Thank you.
Combined, everyone has to contribute. I think, whether all of us are rich in some way, so depend on their wealth, you can contribute 10 ringgit, 100 ringgit. Can you imagine 1 million people contribute 100 ringgit? How much is that? It's a lot of money. And Tzu Chi has 2 million people, 2 million members in Malaysia. We just ask everyone to contribute 100 ringgit, 2 million people. That's 200 million.
Don't worry, in Indonesia they have a population of 300 million.
No, but I'm saying Tzu Chi members, we have 2 million members. Just imagine. Every family, we have 5 members, you give 500 ringgit. I think we are there. And then the rest, some good brothers will donate more.
Very good. Good brother.
We all, in Indonesia, if you don't mind, just lend us the plan, we save some architect money.
No, you have this 5R shop in Berjaya Times Square. What are you selling in the shop?
Actually, this is our contribution to Tzu Chi, where we ask members and anyone to donate clothing or whatever items that we do not want, or we take from recycling centers from Tzu Chi. Tzu Chi has many recycling centers. The better products they can send here, send it to this shop to sell it to the public, and the money will go to Tzu Chi. And yours humbly contribute the rental for this shop.
And all the shop income, Brother Vincent donated to Tzu Chi.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Small contribution.
And we are very curious where you get those products from.
So it's from sometimes recycling center, but some all of you are encouraged to donate your used old clothing or whatever. You know, I know a lot of people have more handbags than they need.
From this picture, we understood what is called good brothers. You see, they have a glove. Actually, Brother Vichai only bring one pair of the glove. Only one pair. And he give half to you.
Yes, yes.
That's why you say you donate 50 million, you give another half to
No,
him.
don't do that. Not fair, not fair. But let me ask it privately first.
Always remember to tell him about the glove stories. But when you go to recycle station, do you think that you'll bring down your standard or something?
No.
No.
What is that?
If it's not why you need to wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
If it's not why you need to wear sunglasses.
The sun is very hot, trying to protect the eyes.
I do not think so in recycle station.
It's true.
Really, yeah?
Yeah, it was
But the other two didn't wear.
Something.
The other two didn't wear.
They have better eyes.
I see that you are very curious, like the students. You know, you look left, you look right. You know, actually, what do you look? Why you're so busy?
Just trying to find out. You know, you have to sort out different items, different basket. So you have to make sure that we don't put it in the wrong basket and people have to look for it and take it out. So trying to do it right.
So people is working busy. Can you look at the picture at the back? But why you're playing? You play golf here?
That's to stand the aluminum can. You stand it so that it becomes small and then.
Oh, your brother is very busy. You see, look at the right. He is very serious. Finally, he found another pairs of gloves. He is very busy, but you are busy playing. Why is that so?
No, that is very important. You crush the can to very small so that it reduces the space of transporting it.
You set a good example for all of us to understand actually goods is important. A lot of things that we can recycle, and most importantly, a lot of time we think we need a lot of things, but actually we want a lot of things. So we should buy something that we need rather than we buy something that we want, right?
Yeah.
So my last question on recycling, was recycling a pain? Was recycling a pain?
No, I think all of us should go and experience it. I think it is part of the commissioner's training that you have to go and do it, and it is very good. It is very important. I think everyone should do this and understand that. And most of us, I can tell you, most of us, especially the higher income, have more things than they need. You know, more shoes, more handbags, more everything than they need. You know, so recycling does tell us that you go and see a recycling center. There's so much clothing, so much things that they still look good. You know, so it shows that we have a lot of things in our cupboard that's still good, but we still buy more.
So you think recycling is not a pain, right?
No, of course. I think it is.
But why you 一面做一面哭？这边做这边好 but you say it's not a pain.
This is trying to rub off the sweat.
I'm sure.
Using a clean glove.
Don't worry, I will ask your brother later. He will witness whether you're crying or not. Actually, this is a good example for all of us. You know, in this recycle station, we have 2 times 3 working on that recycle station. And for your information, the resources that 2 of them produce on that day, able to sell for 50 ringgit only. And this is your daughter. You know, in most of most of our kids on Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, normally, most of our kids still sleeping. How you convince your daughter to join you in the recycle station?
I just asked her who would like to join. She happens to agree to come. So yeah.
You threaten
not
her?
all the time. No.
You
Never. None of them are here. No, never. I just tell them it's voluntary. It has to be voluntary.
As father, are you proud of her?
Yes. I think for that.
She willing to do something.
Yes.
Very good. So in our recycle day, it is just like our family day. You know, father bring daughter. Like yesterday, brother Vijay also bring his son. So please come to our recycle station. It is very warm family day. This is the World Vegetarian Day that just now you mentioned in Vijaya Times Square, where you have more than 1,000 participants. Actually, I would like to would like to ask one question. You yourself is vegetarian, but you put a lot of efforts to promote vegetarianism. Why you want to do so?
I think I'm convinced that whatever religion we are in, whether you're a Buddhist, you're a Christian, or you're a Hindu, I think whatever holy scripture, whether it's the Bible or the Quran, read this. They say, love all animals, love all living beings. And how can we, if we eat meat, animal have to die for us. And one of the things, I used to own McDonald's, but I sold it. Luckily and unluckily, because when I sold it, it was around 500 million. Somebody bought it for 1.5 billion, I understand. Never mind. And then we still have Kenny Rogers Roasters. I've been telling the CEO, hey, go and look for a buyer. I feel very bad now we're selling this.
We sell the information.
So we are trying to sell that. But you can't reduce all the vegetarian. We own a hotel. I still like to develop hotels. So you can't say this hotel only serves vegetarian. I think we'll lose 90% of our guests.
But when you host most of the guests, and especially even very important guests like prime ministers, what kind of food you offer to them?
Well, recently, I think it was in July, I hosted a private dinner for Prime Minister's birthday, but it was private, but I invited about, I think 13 tables. And I invited about 13 tables. It was quite private, we had no publicity. And that dinner, we had all vegetarian for all our guests. And we never tell them there's vegetarian food.
So next time when you want to host people, never tell them it's vegetarian food.
And so when this is what the Indian High Commissioner told me. I had lunch with him after that. He said, when I look at the menu, I thought, oh, that's menu for me, because in front of the guests we put a menu for everyone. He looked at it and said, oh, this must be for me. Then he said, the next guy said, oh, look like a lot of vegetarian dishes. So then he asked and said, oh, looks like all of us are going to be having vegetarian food. He said he found out before the food came. So I said, I'm the host. Now remember, if you are the host, and I've tried this, every time I give vegetarian food to all my guests for lunch, dinner, and I always tell them, I said, if you don't like vegetarian food, I can order meat for you. I tell you 100%, everyone accepted and said, oh, no problem, Tan Sri, today we can eat. All of them said, oh, no problem, today we will eat. I'm willing to eat healthy today. Can you imagine? They say they're willing to eat healthy today because we give them vegetarian food.
Brother Vincent have one trick. Whenever people say they want to have a meat meal, then he will tell them, please wait for another 3 hours.
No, not true. I said immediately order for them. But so far, all guests are very polite. All our guests are polite. I'm sure your host, people are very polite. Unless sometimes family members, my children say, oh, you can eat meat, you can eat vegetarian, then we are all eating something else.
So, you also promote vegetarian in your Cardiff Football Club, where you just newly opened a vegan restaurant over there.
Last year, Cardiff was in the Premier League, but a year before that, we already decided that what we call the Chairman Suite, where all the important people come, we serve vegetarian. And of course, initially there is complaint. or some guys come. People are used to meat, having like beef and chicken and whatnot, seafood. So we serve vegetarian. So the chairman's suite, where we have about sometimes about 8 tables, so we can take 18 guests. We serve only vegetarian for 2 years now. And after a while, everybody get used to it. And last year when we were in the Premier League, we got demoted. We are the only Premier League club that serve vegetarian food in the chairman's suite, which is the most important place in the football club, where you go, all the VIPs, all the away team, the officer, the VIPs come to. We serve only vegetarian. And no problem at all.
Excellent. So this is your effort, international relief effort, to visit Syrian refugee in Turkey.
Yeah,
So you see a lot of children, So we would like to ask question: who is cuter? You think you or the kids?
No, definitely the kid. Definitely the kid. But I think this was a good opportunity that, there was a request that, I think it was Master who suggested that we visit Suchi. So a few of us Malaysians, we all visited with Echo Chairman. And I think it was a very, very good. I think we see for ourselves the sufferings of refugees, the sufferings of Syrians. And many we met, some were doctors, some were professionals in their country. And they had to live in a hurry to save their life. And they left with nothing. And it is wonderful that you can see Suchi actually gave 3,000 students free education, of which otherwise they won't have. Because refugees, even in Malaysia, refugees are not allowed to go to the normal school. So fortunately, many organizations set up schools for the refugees, like in Sentul, there's a lot of Rohingyas, refugees. There are Christian organizations, there are Buddhist organizations, there are schools for the children, given free education. Some they charge them a bit, and other people donate for them to be able to study. I think this is very good. And Suchi does that for 3,000 Syrian children in Istanbul, outside Istanbul, in a place called Sultan Ghazi. And we all went there. It was very, very touching, and we all really learned a lot, and we can understand their sufferings, and the help that Suchi gives is fantastic and wonderful.
Thank you. What is a message or anything that you want to speak to your brother?
My good brother was helping me to say, I didn't zip it up properly.
Which zip? This one or this one? Which one?
The coat zip.
Anything you want to speak to him? You see, two of you are so adorable. You sing the song. Do you remember what song you sing for them?
Yes, it's some children's song.
Don't worry. I got a video for you all. Actually, this video is called My Tsuji Homework. Please.
放下手边工作，成功集团创办人丹斯里陈志远从见习到培训课程，百忙中拨空参与。每一次活动积极投入，结束时不吝啬分享参与心得。至今坚持如素，陈志远参与慈济动静态活动，在慈善访视中见苦知福。
He is very happy cutting people's hair.
很好站，亲自动手做，发现分类学问大。
So I can see here today that so many items are still in good shape. that many people actually come and buy them, and then buy in the sense they donate, they take the products and donate money to Tzu Chi, so Tzu Chi can do more charity and do more community work.
自己收获也不忘带动家人及公司员工，是自度也是度人。
See that this is a very good effort of Tzu Chi because it's not only it's not only acting as a collection center for the recyclables, but it is also turning some of the goods that might otherwise be useless into useful second-hand goods.
It is good. It's good for them to spend some their spare time.
See, he is not playing golf.
This is good for the environment, good for their body, and good exercise for them, and can spend their time in a useful manner.
不只是在国内，他也把握因缘参与慈济的国际赈灾。大老板放软身段，虚心受教，成为富中之富。陈志远既有在社会的影响力，邀约更多企业家一同翻转案角。大新闻资深领志工吴永雄、王日明、王日发马来西亚报道。
All right, thank you, Brother Vincent. Good job. Thank you.